Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another YouTube video. I appreciate you clicking on this video in advance. And if you have not subscribed, now's the time to do so. We're trying to grow this community to what it really can be. So I appreciate you if you were a part of this community. Today, we're going to react to Who's Immortal. On this video, he's talking about the future of Warzone, and I'm excited to hear his point of view of what's going on. So let's get into it. So we have here
Ladies and gentlemen. Hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. It seems like we went the entire year up until the very last second, basically knowing absolutely nothing about the Warzone integration for Black Ops 7. We had a few leaks and rumors here and there about potentially a Liberty Falls resurgence map. Right. Lo and behold, that ended up being the case with Haven's Hollow based around the Liberty Falls area, which honestly looks pretty interesting. But in general, we finally got an understanding of what Black Ops 7 Warzone was going to be like with Call of Duty next. And going into it, I was in, this boat of saying, there's two situations that could happen here. One, they are keeping their Warzone update under lock and key. They are letting no leaks out, and they're planning some major surprises.
To that, I would say for the past 6 years, they haven't been able to keep a lid on anything. They haven't been able to hold a secret. They haven't been able to hold water. So I don't understand how. I think this is it. I think this is what we're getting.
They kind of did. Or two, they have almost nothing planned for Warzone this year. It's a write-off, and we're just waiting for MW4 Warzone, basically, which also kind of happened. It's weird how both scenarios are like half true. I'll get into it though, because I wanted to give you guys my general thoughts, my general impressions of what Black Ops 7 Warzone is going to be like, and really highlight my concerns, because that's the feedback that plays in the most into potentially helping shape the game. If you guys want to share the video around, leave a like on it. It does help get more eyes on the channel and on the video itself, and we can have that positive impact if, of course, you agree with some of the points that I bring up here. And of course, if you're new to the channel, you want to ensure you're up to date with everything going on in COD. Busy few weeks and months ahead. So much stuff going on. I'll have you guys in the know for all of it, so feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. But my biggest concern with Warzone overall is it enough? And this is already going to be a very
no. To answer that question, no, it is not enough. I don't think what's coming is enough. With Black Ops 7 and Warzone dropping, I don't think Verdansk should be the map we start on. I don't think it's enough.
Weird year for Warzone and Black Ops 7 for what it's worth, just because with Modern Warfare 4 on the horizon, that's going to be a hard reset year. So nothing is going to carry over from Black Ops 7 or Warzone.
And you know what? That should have been Black Ops 7. That's how I feel about it. That should have been Black Ops 7 right there, where we're having a fresh start. We're done with it. Even if we had to wait longer, I would have been okay with that. I believe that's where it should have gone. But I guess we got to wait for MW4 to come out for us to get a new game.
Into Modern Warfare 4. It's going to be a complete refresh, a complete restart, new engine, presumably on a new console as well, new features.
And that's when things are going to elevate even more. That's when it's going to get better, because graphics are going to get better, because we're not making games for PS3, PS4, Xbox One, so whatever like that. I think that's when the graphics should elevate even more.
We don't know what the story is going to be like or anything if they try and tie stuff together, but that's going to be a completely fresh start. So whatever they put into Warzone this year is not necessarily stuff that's going to carry over. So it's energy that they're putting into something that has an expiration date, whereas the last few years, Warzone hasn't had that expiration date, or that hard reset, as we refer to it as. So that puts them in a tricky spot. Did they go all in? Like we've heard rumors saying Treyarch has been told to leave it all out there, to put out everything, because nothing's going to be able to carry forward to the next engine. Correct. That means that they could have a whole lot planned that they give us throughout the year, and they have detailed some exciting stuff that we'll detail here in just a bit. Or it's like, do we want to spend time doing all this when in 4 months, 5 months, it's not going to matter anyways? So it's like a weird situation in general for them. But also, I feel like they kind of owe it to the community to still support this game for this year. I agree. And launch has some questionable support. When we see this integration happen, the launch is going to be very different from the end product, as it usually.
This is my problem right here. So Avalon, right? Avalon should be coming out. Verdansk and Rebirth Island should be gone. I mean, it should be gone. We've been playing it for way too long. Like new content, and new content. That's what it should be. Like all like Verdansk, Rebirth Island should be gone. Like there's no way we still playing Rebirth Island and Verdansk in 6 years. In 2025, about to be 2026. There's no way. And that's the problem. It's stale.
But especially this year, because the Warzone integration update that happens with season 1 this year in Black Ops 7, it's almost like a repeat of last year. And there's an inherent problem with that because last year's integration with Black Ops 6 was a disaster. They only gave us Area 99, which we didn't really know much about, and turns out that was not a map that most players enjoyed because they took it away.
You know what? I enjoyed Area 99. I mean, call me a bot. Call me whatever you want to call me. I enjoyed Area 99. Like a lot of people, some of my friends enjoyed it, some of them didn't. But I was playing it over Rebirth because I was like, okay, I'm sick of Rebirth. Let's just do something new. And it grew on me. Like if you gave it an actual chance, it probably would have grew on you also.
After like a season and a half, and it never came back because it just was not played. The community did not like the flow, the pacing of it. The playlists were already super weird with it. Like it just did not hit. It was a complete miss. They whiffed on that, and that killed a lot of hype. We also didn't really have anything going on for Battle Royale because we were just waiting on Verdansk to come back at season 3. So launch was Urzikstan, which we'd already been playing for a year, but it wasn't even the updated version of Urzikstan. It went back to square one, like the day 1 version, and all the bugs and glitches from day 1 came back as well. Then we just relived having to fix all of those.
Yep.
So like they flatlined on the Warzone hype right away last year.
So that's the thing. Call of Duty's always been, every single time a game comes out, we're just trying to fix what we took away, what they took away, essentially, right? Every time something comes out, they we took this out. Should we put it back in to make you feel better? SBMM, we introduced that and now it's overpowered and everybody hates it. Oh, should we go back to how it used to be? It's like, bro, if it worked the first time, why are you removing it to put it back in and then calling it new? That doesn't work. That doesn't work.
And this year, they're doing a little bit more, and it's a little bit different, but it's the same sort of style.
Yes.
Battle Royale is not getting much. It's getting a couple of POI updates. You get 2 new POIs on Verdansk. And I'm just going to be blunt. I don't think that's enough.
That is not enough.
Verdansk has already felt very dry ever since it came back, and it had a lot of hype when it came back. And I was really hoping they were going to consistently support it and change up the flow and try out new things. Maybe make a POI update. If it goes over well and they like how it impacts the pacing of gameplay, keep it. And if it doesn't, revert it back. Like at least try stuff with it. And instead,
right.
Verdansk has been largely dormant outside of the Outlook or Overlook POI, whatever it's called in downtown, which is cool, but it's just one spot. And a stadium update that I never go to the stadium. I'm like hardly ever there unless the end game forces me there. Then it is what it is. But that's just not enough to impact the map and keep things feeling fresh, like what we had back in Verdansk way back in the day. There's no new LTMs
so
that freshen
next
things
to
up.
Superstore.
There's minimal gameplay changes, and then definitely not map updates. So only 2 map updates to start on Verdansk. I just don't think is gonna go over that great. I don't think that brings a lot of hype to Verdansk. There are gameplay updates now that are drastically different. Getting rid of tac sprints will change the pacing on Verdansk. Going through and adjusting things there, that definitely will have an impact. So that overall is good. But it's only going to go so far on Verdansk, right? Until you're used to it, and then that's just how the map plays.
Exactly.
You're going to have different gun builds. You're going to have BO7 weapons, so those will feel different on Verdansk. You'll have to get used to the new builds and what works with only 5 attachments, no more gunfighter. So like there are some inherent gameplay changes, but it's nothing major. All the focus is on Resurgence, again, just like last year. And Area 99 did not hit, but it also didn't hit from the start. Like people didn't enjoy that map from the get.
Now it's Liberty Falls or whatever it is, right? It's a map that's from zombies that they pieced together. I mean, is it enough? In my opinion, no. Will it play okay? Maybe. Like at this point, I'm just ready to play anything besides Rebirth. Just I'm ready. Like I'm ready.
It seems like people are a little bit more receptive to Haven's Hollow, I love the visuals of it. Like the vibe
Oh,
of
sorry,
it is
Haven's
dope.
Hollow.
It's a very pretty map. And the gameplay seemed to flow decent on it. I really got to play it for myself to see that. I obviously was not at Next, but it seems like a lot of the people at Next thought, it's a decent Resurgence map. It'll be in the mix with the other Resurgence maps. It's going to be that and Rebirth at launch. We'll talk about the playlist in a moment.
I'm not playing Rebirth.
But it's still just, it's not that much of a Warzone integration update. It's not like major. Instead, all of that's reserved for the spring. But that's a ways out. That's season 3, maybe end of season 2.
Which is crazy
probably
to me.
season 3.
Which is crazy to me. The fact that they are willing to wait till all the way to spring to bring new content. When you have competition out here, that's just in the market, just giving us good shit. That's crazy how they waiting all the way to spring, in my opinion. Do you think y'all gonna come back to Call of Duty in the spring? Oh, let's try this out. When you're already grinding BF6 or whatever game you're grinding. I don't think a lot of people's gonna come back. And the fact that they're waiting all the way to spring to do something about it, to bring new content, is ridiculous to me. Because you don't know how your player count is gonna look like in spring. You don't. And then in the summer, you have GTA 6 that's supposed to be coming out. You think your player count ain't gonna be there for long? I promise you that. So the fact that you guys they're waiting till spring is crazy to me. Let me know what you think in the comments.
That's
Crazy.
5 months beyond launch, approaching GTA territory, by the way, which will be a miss for them if they launch this anywhere near GTA or after GTA. Good luck, because it's not going to matter how cool you make things. GTA is going to have the players. But launch is concerning. I just don't know if launch is enough to sustain players and to hold people over until the spring, when things get exciting. I think the spring updates will be very cool. Blackout is coming back, which is awesome. I can't believe they're actually going to do Blackout and Warzone simultaneously. I always thought if they were to try and bring Blackout back, it would be after Warzone had fallen off too much and they just don't continue supporting it. But Blackout coming back with Avalon. Now, they didn't make it super clear if Avalon was going to be a Blackout only map or if you could play Warzone on Avalon as well. Either way, something happened where now you can have Avalon and Verdansk in the game at the same time.
We don't need Warzone if Blackout's going to be there. We don't need Warzone. Do you know how fat the game is going to be? You're not going to be able to download it because it's going to be so fat. Like, it is crazy, bro.
And you're going to have 2 completely different systems there potentially. Blackout, raw battle royale gameplay, and then Warzone as we know it. That's going to be awesome. That's going to completely change the dynamic. Now, it will split the player base, which is also a concern, but hopefully it also brings back enough players and hypes up things enough that that's not going to be a big difference. If you want to play battle royale, RNG, attachments, looting that stuff, no loadouts, hit up Blackout, hit up Avalon. If you like loadouts, you like that direct, I know exactly what I'm getting out of it. Every single match is going to play similar. You got Warzone, you've got your Resurgence stuff and Verdansk and everything going on there. Now, they did also mention Verdansk will get more updates in the spring. They made it sound like it'd be pretty major updates.
All right.
We'll have to see. We're still going to have Haven's Hollow there. We're going to see Resurgence updates in the spring as well. So there's a lot that could be going on there that could be big for the game. It's just all way after launch where players might have jumped off the game and fallen out of love with it.
Exactly.
Battlefield has its battle royale coming up.
Exactly.
People might have switched over to that, and it's like, I don't see a reason to leave Battlefield 6 battle royale when this is giving me that dopamine hit. This is scratching that itch that I have, right? So that could be a problem that they run into as well. So their patterns this year, their schedule this year is to me a red flag. Part of me wonders if this wasn't the full plan and they sort of scrambled last minute and said, okay, people are not thrilled with Verdansk. The sentiment's not good around Warzone. We need something besides Resurgence here. So they scrambled and was like, okay, well, we can do Avalon. We can figure it out and we'll do Blackout. Like, is that last minute? Is that why it's not coming at launch? Because if those things were coming at launch,
it's too much. I feel like Call of Duty needs to slow down and focus on one thing. That's the thing. They're trying to master all when they haven't even mastered one. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's too much. They're trying to have too many hands in places where it's just like, no. Can you give us something that is good? At least one. So you're trying to have Warzone and Blackout at the same time. There's no way both of them are gonna be great. Like, there's no way. That's why you should just focus on one thing, right? Maybe the game, the multiplayer, of course, that needs to be good, right? And then the battle royale just need to, you got two things to focus on. Maybe okay, three things. Zombies. The campaign is whatever. Do whatever you want with the campaign. We don't really give a shit. But it's just like you have three solid things to worry about: Warzone, multiplayer, and zombies. That's it. And just make sure those three things are perfect. And then worry, just like give us something good, man. Like you guys are trying to do too much.
This would be an insanely hyped Warzone integration, but they're not, and that's the harsh reality. So why aren't they coming at launch? Is that by design, or is that because you don't have time to finish them because that was not an original plan?
Exactly.
We're never going to get that answer, but it is something, like I said, that raises a red flag to me. I said I'd talk about playlists earlier because they did actually specifically mention on the broadcast that players haven't been thrilled with the playlist and they're always wanting to know about playlists, and they confirmed Haven's Hollow and Resurgence will have all squad sizes available at launch. I think that's good.
That is good.
But that's also when they're going to have the most players. When players start to drop off a little bit because the game's getting stagnant and monotonous and they're not doing many updates and the player base falls, well, then what happens? You can't have every single squad size, or they say you can't have every single squad size. Then they take away trios for 4 seasons like this year, which is miserable because then you have to, completely rework your squads or play at a disadvantage, and it's frustrating there. Giving players the option to play what they want, I think, is crucial to a game being successful, and Call of Duty's really limited that. They've put a hard ceiling and a hard cap on that with a lot of their playlist decisions lately. So that, again, is something that I think is going to be intriguing to see how they navigate it when you have Blackout and Warzone and Avalon and Verdansk and multiple Resurgence maps and everything going on there. So
and multiplayer and
is
zombies.
it enough? That's going to be my main theme, I think, going into Warzone this year. Is launch going to be enough? And then will those updates in the spring be enough?
Absolutely not.
Can they sustain it until Modern Warfare 4? Which seems to be like where players are really holding out. Okay, not big in a Black Ops 7. Modern Warfare 4, I'm hoping is gonna bring me back, right? So it's a big year for Warzone. They could bring a lot of hype back with Blackout and test the waters for that, and maybe they just knock it out of the park, and maybe they absolutely crush it,
gonna work.
and it gives them something to work with for years now. Granted, they'll have to rework it on the next engine, and it probably won't be a launch thing with Modern Warfare 4 or Warzone if that's the case. But they have a chance to do some really cool things this year. But it's also with the most pressure they've probably faced since launch because Battlefield's bringing the heat.
Because they have competition.
And that's a direct competitor, and their Battle Royale is doing a lot of things that Warzone has done in the past that's gone over well with the players that are looking for that style of mode. So they have to nail what they've got here, and they set themselves up to have to nail them in a tricky spot. We'll see how this plays out. Obviously, still a ways away from happening. All this was season 1 and beyond into 2026. But like I said, the main theme is it enough? Curious about your thoughts on this, by the way. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you think it's enough? Is this enough based on what you've seen so far to bring you back? Do you think it will hold you over for a little bit and then you'll jump off until they bring back Blackout? What's your vibe with it? Curious to know down below. While you're at it, do me a favor, drop a like on the video if you.
I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough for you guys. I don't think you guys are going to accept it either, right? I think the community is going to go back and play the multiplayer, like the multiplayer. Warzone, we're going to probably play it for like maybe a month, right? Maybe. And then y'all going to go back to Battlefield 6. Because it's new. We haven't played Battlefield 6 like this, right? Warzone's been out for 6 years. Going on 7. 6, 7. Right? So it's not enough. I don't believe it's enough. I think they should focus on the things that really matter. Multiplayer, Warzone, zombies, right? And I don't even play zombies, but the zombies community is large, right? And then you could do whatever you want with campaign. But as far as like, oh, let's do Blackout, blah blah blah, just make it all one. Just make it all one. When you can't master one thing, you should not go ahead and try to do multiple things at the same time when you're not even good at one. Right? We still got to talk about the cheaters. How's that going to be looking? How's that going to look like? Let's focus. But I appreciate you guys watching this video. Thank you. I just wanted to react to my homeboy. I actually like him. He's a likable dude, and I love his content. And I just wanted to watch it with you guys. I appreciate you guys. If you have not liked this video, make sure to do so, and please subscribe. We would appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful day. Peace.